Hello everyone, my name is Hercules Reid and I'm here today because we feel that there's a need in our community to make a difference. Not just here today, but every day. Today we're gathered because we're here to talk about protecting this vibrant community by addressing environmental justice. To us that means air quality, that means green spaces, that means sanitation, and that means that as a community we all have to do our part as well. We're here today on the corner of Beverly Road and Nostrand Avenue. As many of you know, Nostrand is very often very littered. We have garbages overflowing, garbage on the streets, and it takes forever for sanitation to come and pick it up. So we're gathered here today to say to the city, to the state, and to the federal government that as a whole, we need to do more as a community to protect our communities and this nation. Today, I am honored to be here with both Monique Chandler Waterman, who is a city council candidate, and Jumaane Williams, the previous city council member of this district. And I would like to give them some time to say a few words about this today.
What's up, everybody? I'm proud to be here with Hercules and Monique. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stick around, even though I got the gloves on. But I'm very proud because when I was council member, we did a bunch of these cleanups, and I'm glad to see this young brother carrying on and just he didn't get from me. He just decided, woke up, said he wanted to do some cleaning, and so Monique and I are running around the churches, and I told her I want to pass by just to make sure we show the young brother some love and give him some encouragement and keep doing what he's doing. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. This is what the community needs. As he mentioned, we go to Park Slope, they look a little different for many different reasons. But what we control, we control. We control us, so we can come out here and start making things look different.
Hi everybody, my name is Monique Chandler Waterman. I'm a candidate for City Council. Thank you so much, Hercules, for doing this. This is our community. We care about community. And everybody always asks, how can you do your part? It don't have to be a big part, it could be a small part. If we all, by block, clean up and take care of our community, we just have a much better place. So please continue join. Let this inspire you to clean up your block as well. Contact Hercules, contact us if you want to clean up your block as well. Thank you so much, Monique Chandler Waterman.
Thank you. We just finished our first series of street cleanups here in Brooklyn, specifically inner Brooklyn. Very often we've noticed that there's equity and disparity issues when it comes to many things, including sanitation and environmental justice in our communities. In places like Flatbush, East Flatbush, Canarsie, Flatlands, East New York, it is very obvious that people don't care as much about our sanity and the sanitation around us, our health and wealth. So today, we as young people, older people, community members, we said enough is enough. And if it means that we have to be the beginning of a change that happens in our community, then so shall it be with us. I would like to take some time out to say thank you to every single person that came out today. Because without you guys, none of this would have been possible. Without you guys, the community wouldn't have seen a unified effort to make these streets clean. So I want to say thank you. I would like to first introduce Shaina Louis. Shaina Louis is actually someone who lives in this neighborhood, is a CUNY student, and is actually one of the people who came to me as someone who was running for elected office and said, we need to do more in our communities about the sanitation conversation. So I want to give her some time now to say a few words. Thank you, Shaina.
Thank you, Hercules. I'm really honored that you took the time, along with everybody else here today, to demonstrate a collective effort to sanitizing our streets. In my personal experience, as I told his family members before, I walked here and had dust literally blow in my face. So this is just the beginning of something that'll take place over time, and we hope to have this effort grow and get more community members to participate in this effort.
I would also now like to yield the floor to Stephen Patzer, the president of the Young Democrats in Brooklyn. Stephen Patzer is not just the president of the Young Democrats in Brooklyn, he's also a community activist and advocate. I've known Stephen now for a few years, and we started as student government presidents in CUNY. And my reason for mentioning that is, look how far we have come. Look how we looked at a position like student government that gets overlooked. And through that experience, through those hands-on experiences, we have continued to grow and continue to build and make a difference in our community. Stephen.
First and foremost, I want to thank Hercules Reid, community leader and community activist at this point. Additionally, the New York City Department of Sanitation for providing us with some of the resources to make this a possibility today. Environmental sustainability hits home for me because nearly 10 years ago, I started in leadership as a Boy Scout. And yeah, we helped seniors cross the street. But just as important, we planted trees, we organized community cleanups, and we made it very clear to our friends and family to clean up after themselves. As the great Franklin Delano Roosevelt once said, the trees are the lungs of this country. And I want to make it clear that the streets are part of the backbone of the culture here in Flatbush at District 45. I want to thank the people of District 45 for allowing me to serve you. And as we move closer in New York to a safer, greener city, I am proud to stand next to nobody other and everybody who came out here today. Thank you so much. I really applaud your efforts. Thank you.
We also have another candidate running for city council who has also grown up in this district, in this neighborhood, and also knows the importance of environmental justice. I want to say thank you for coming out on your busy schedule. I know you're in the middle of campaigning, but I'd like to give you an opportunity to talk about this. I know you also are on Community Board 17, and you've done a lot for this community. So what do you think, and what can we continue to do to make these streets clean and our neighborhoods a little bit better?
So first, I just want to say thank you to Hercules. First of all, it will be a pleasure for me to see you as my colleague in the city council or in any position in this community, because I know you have what it takes to be a good elected official. It's unfortunate what happened, and I was looking forward to having you there next to me. But anyhow, about this community, as a member of Community Board 17 for many years and a member of this district for about 39 years, I'm glad that we were able to come together here today with family and friends and community members to clean up these streets. We know that Nostrand Avenue is a street that needs a lot of work. We need to work with our small business owners, and we need to also encourage the residents of this. We need to encourage the residents of this district to be cleaner, to pick up where they left off, to pick up things that they've dropped on the floor. And also we need to force and urge our city administration to give us the proper and necessary tools that we need to keep the streets clean. Just like garbage cans, like they said, recycling bins, things like that. But if we can't rely on the city, then it's up to us to come together and to stand strong and to make sure that we are doing these things for our communities. At the end of the day, we live here, we own these streets, we own these homes, and it's up to us to make sure that this community remains a place that we want to walk through, live in, raise our children in, and go to work in. So again, thank you so much, Hercules, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the great things that you're going to do in the future.
Thank you. I would also like to yield the floor to Anthony Beckford. He was also someone who has lived in this community for many, many years. He's also someone who himself has taken up the initiative to clean up our streets, even starting with the parks. Anthony.
Definitely thank you for having me here. Like I said, when I got word that you was doing this was something that was huge. From starting off in the parks from like 2 years ago, because of the fact of that there is a disparity when it comes to sanitation in our communities. We have to call it like it is. The city cares more than a different zip code, than they do about our zip codes. So being the fact that if the city won't do it, then we'll do it. And I like the fact that you took the initiative and the effort to actually put this forth. I'll continue with this initiative with you. We'll expand on this and get more community members out here, get more organizations out here. Even a lot of the political clubs who, try to bring power in this community, they need to be out here, boots on the ground like we are.
Yes, amen.
I want to say that our ask is very simple. Here we are in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn's not the only place in the world that matters. However, we want to bring the conversation to these neighborhoods because, as was mentioned, there is indeed disparity. So we're calling on the city, we're calling on the state, and we're calling on the federal government to, as a whole, do more to protect our vibrant communities. We're calling on the elected officials to continue to push the agenda of a cleaner, environment, for sustainability, for green space, for recycling. Again, I like to highlight, it is not okay that we walk through these streets and there are only garbage cans. If we want to talk about the importance of recycling and there are no recycling bins, how can we teach our community how to be better people? I also want to address the community because I understand that we contribute to also these messy streets. We litter, we bring our garbage from outside our house and we put it on the streets. I want to encourage us to think a little bit more. I want to encourage us to think a little bit more, to try a little bit more when it comes to keeping our streets and our sidewalks clean and safe. On that note, I would like to transition this conversation. As many of you may know, I was running for city council right here in the 45th district. I would like to say thank you again to everyone who was on Team Hercules, who helped make that possible. Together we did something that many people would be too scared to even try. Together we were able to accomplish something that many people have yet to say they have gotten over that line. We registered for both the special election and the primary election. We collected over 16,000 signatures to get on the ballot for both elections. In 12 days, we did what people have been planning to do for a year. Unfortunately, due to the law, due to policy, we made a couple of errors as a unit that did not allow us to get on the ballot. Because of that, even though we could fight it in court, I have decided to suspend both of my campaigns, but never to stop doing the work. I'm here today as an example of what a politician, an elected official, a community member should and could look like. Someone that no matter the seat, the position, the title, or the time of day, they can come out and invest their time and their energy and their passion into their community. I want to encourage you not to be sad, not to be worried. I'm not going anywhere, this is just the beginning. And just like you see these people here standing with me, there is a reason that they decided to be here today, and I am inspired, I am encouraged to keep going. For the people who are standing with me today, the people who will stand with me before, and those of you who will stand with me again in the future. I would like to bring up Robyn Green, my campaign manager, because without her and many other people on my team, this would not have been possible. Just to say a few words. Robyn Green.
Greetings everyone, and thank you again for coming out today. And I just want to say that this was an amazing experience for myself. I've known Hercules for a while, and I've always noticed the potential he had. And I've always been outside of the circle when it comes to politics. I have a lot of friends who run for many positions. And just now being in it has given me a total different outlook on community and what we can do as the youth here. We have a voice, and it is kind of unfortunate that he's something of a surprise. He shouldn't be a surprise, being a young man trying to make a difference in his community, because we are a demographic here, and we do have a say. We can vote, we can get married, we pay taxes, we have children, we work, and they expect the youth not to have a voice in how the community is supposed to look or feel for them. Also, maintaining this feeling of Brooklyn. There's no place like Brooklyn. No place like Brooklyn. No place like Flatbush. No place like Nostrand. Understand? Culture, everything. And we want to maintain that for our families. We want to have children here. We want them to walk down Nostrand Avenue and smell the jerk chicken in the summer. We want them to experience the Parkway. We want them to go to the trains and experience to be, I don't know about experience to be late and to be 46 and live in this vibrant community that we grew up in and we want to maintain. So again, I want to thank Hercules for even believing in me to help support you and everything. And the people behind us, we're just going to continue to do the work and make sure that our voice is heard and the legacy continues here in Brooklyn. Thank you.
I would also like to specifically also highlight or point out my family because they don't live around the corner or down the block like some of the people who came out here to support me. My mom, my dad, and my sister Charlene actually came all the way from New Jersey to support me. And not only did they come today from New Jersey to support me, throughout the campaign, as we petition over and over again. Charlene, specifically, she has come on every free moment that she had to honestly give her brother an opportunity at making his community a better place. And Charlene, thank you. Thank you. And my mom, my dad, you guys step to the front. I want to thank my mom and my dad for never giving up on me. For always knowing that, you know, one day I would be out here doing just this. Or something better. Or something similar in a different fashion. I want to thank them for coming out here on Sundays. My mom, who works all the way upstate New York as a teacher in education, who made sure that one day she traveled all the way from upstate just to come to Brooklyn so that I can get petitions to get on the ballot. My dad, a union carpenter in Local 157, who has taught me the value of hard work, dedication, and making sure that you measure twice and cut once. Thank you, Dad, for everything. And yeah. My oldest little sister. She lives in Bed-Stuy, but she's another person who actually has inspired me to run for public office. Because it's very people like her who have an amazing heart, who's right now working with mothers, black mothers in our Brooklyn community to change and educate people on conversations like infant mortality. She's going to school right now to help black mothers be able to live and their children to live happy and healthy lives. So when I was even considering running for office, I thought about her. I thought about, as a city council member, I would be able to actually give resources to someone like her who wanted to do something in the community to create a center, a birthing center for black women, for black mothers, and all people of this community. And for people like her, I say, I'm not gonna give up. We're gonna get you that birth center one way or the other so you can make a difference in the community, because that's what it's about. In closing, leadership is leading by example. We're here on the corner with my phone, my camera, with no press, and nobody out here watching us. But we don't care because we know we are here to send a message. I again want to say thank you to Shaina for starting this initiative. And I want to say thank you for all of you guys for coming out. And I said you go back into your communities and tell them about today. Tell them about what we did here today. And tell them the importance of them joining this movement. The marathon continues. Thank you. All right, and cut.
TeamHerc for the cleanup.
Hey, TeamHerc for the cleanup. Hey, TeamHerc for the cleanup.
Raise it.
TeamHerc for the cleanup. TeamHerc for the cleanup.